Alright everyone, so the 5 steps to building a brand that is memorable and that is recognizable according to an MIT professor. Okay, this video is going to be a little bit different, but I thought I'd share it because I think it's going to be super valuable. Okay, so basically, I was watching a talk on YouTube about speaking skills and about how to give better presentations. Hopefully you guys will see me get better at speaking over the next few videos because I'm actively trying to apply this knowledge. But basically it's this video over here. I recommend it. Go and check it out. And near the end of the talk, Professor Winston, at about 50 minutes in, was talking about being remembered and recognized for what you do. Okay, and the takeaways from that apply very well to building your own personal brand on social media and selling coaching or agency, right? But before we start, if you want to get our full thesis around how we scale coaches and agencies, it's a massive document. It's, you know, it literally contains all the information that you need to know. Because I don't sell information, I sell implementation. You can get that for completely free clicking the first link in the description of this video, and that will give you hopefully some more context and some more information that you can hopefully apply after watching this video. Okay, so the concept that I'm going to be breaking down that Professor Winston was talking about is what he calls the Winston Star. Okay, and this is basically the Winston Star. It is made up, can you guys see that? Yeah, I think you can. It's basically made up of 5 portions. Okay, it's a symbol, a slogan, a surprise, a salient idea, and a story. Okay, and these 5 points is what I'm going to break down, and I'm going to give you actionable and specific examples of how they apply in the market that we are obviously in. Okay, so pillar 1 is the symbol. Okay, and the symbol is just some sort of visual representation of your brand, right? It makes your work easily recognizable and more memorable, right? Which is pretty much the goal with this entire thing. Okay, but you know, you have Google, you have Apple, you have McDonald's. They are very memorable logos, and we want to have some form of visual representation that is going to make us more memorable as well. Okay, logos work for big companies, but we do not want to be remembered as a company. We want to be remembered as a person, as a brand. So just through thinking about this and coming up with different ideas for symbols that we could use and that we do use, I've come up with 3 main ones. One is just branding. Like, if you do not have a consistent theme around your brand yet, that is something to focus on. It's something that I'm focusing on right now. I know that my YouTube is very all over the place. I gotta get rid of this short because this looks crappy. I didn't know the short was over a minute and that was going to show up in the long form section, but it's whatever. As you can see, my thumbnails have been very inconsistent, but right now I'm working on a really new style that I think you guys are gonna like. I think the algorithm is gonna like, and hopefully that style can stay consistent and, you know, make my brand more memorable, right? As this video is about that. Okay, and that's in terms of these presentations. I should probably play around and see if there's a way you can change these colors in accordance to the thumbnail style that I'm also thinking about. Then the thumbnails obviously on like your YouTube videos and stuff, and then the editing style, if you keep that consistent, it's just going to make you more memorable, right? I don't make up the rules. Okay, but if you're jumping from font to font, if you're jumping from style to style, from color scheme to color scheme, it's going to be difficult for your audience to remember you. Okay, and it just looks less professional. But something that is much more important as a symbol that I probably should have put number 1, but I didn't, is you. Okay, because since we're so focused on a personal brand, we know how important it is. There's no other symbol that's going to make your brand stand out other than you, right? So, you know, like, speak in a natural way. I'm not trying to put on a fake voice or a fake personality when I speak on these videos, right? Because I know that that is ultimately going to hurt me. Sharing your values is another thing, right? Sharing your opinions. I just recorded a video on my opinion about the Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens school collaboration, and how I think that I may have some controversial takes on that. If you're able to actually become the symbol yourself, that will make your brand more memorable. Okay, and then 3, as a symbol, you can also use graphics, right? So I have a bunch of graphics and frameworks in my videos, right? You probably recognize a lot of them, and although this is a lot and a symbol is singular, right, these also do help, right? And I obviously use some more than others. I'm using this funnel symbol quite a lot, and that is starting to become synonymous with my brand. Okay, and that is also helping me become more memorable, right? People see one of these frameworks in a video, they know it's me. Right, now part 2 of the star is the slogan. Okay, now Patrick, the professor, defined this as a phrase that provides some kind of handle on the work. Okay, so we want to deliberately tell people what to remember, and, you know, that is going to make it easier for them to actually remember that thing. Okay, and then having a slogan will also make the prospect associate certain words with your brand. Okay, which is super powerful. In the book 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, recently I am referring a lot to that book because it's just so damn good. The law of focus, law number 5, the most powerful concept in marketing is owning a word in the prospect's mind. Okay, and that is what we're doing with a slogan. So for example, Crest owns cavities, Mercedes owns engineering, BMW driving, Volvo safety, Domino's home delivery, Pepsi youth, and Nordstrom, I have absolutely no clue what that is, I should probably look it up, a department store chain. Interesting, I had no clue what that was, but either way, they own the word service apparently. Okay, and now the key here is to make sure that you repeat that word over and over and over again. Okay, and now for examples, in my case, this slogan is just the word protocol. I try to use that word a lot. I should probably use it even more than I'm already doing. But basically, that word is something that describes my process of how I get results for clients. And it's a word that if I do my job right, when you hear that word, you're going to associate my brand with that. You're going to associate that word with my brand, no matter where you hear it. Right, and that is super, super powerful. Okay, but this can also be something like the company name or the company mission if it's applicable. Right, so if you look at Alex Hormozi, acquisition.com, he repeats that over and over again. Every video he has a literal hat of acquisition.com. Okay, or the mission, right? So acquisition.com mission to make real business education available to everyone. They have that everywhere. They have it on their website. Alex consistently says this, and that is partly why the brand of acquisition.com is so powerful. Step 3 or pillar 3. I probably should have numbered these. You may be getting lost. I really hope you're not, but this is pillar 3. Okay, pillar 3 is the surprise. Okay, and what this is it's one major belief shift that you have around what you do. Okay, so imagine a prospect comes into your world. What's the one belief shift that they're going to experience when they get to know about you? And it's the one thing that will shock the viewer, interest him, break his existing set of beliefs, and then actually install new ones, right? And it's one central purpose and basically the backbone of what you do, right? So for example, in my case, is that I don't sell you on a special funnel. I don't say that this ad is the best, this ad is the best. We take a holistic approach and a personalized approach. And I mean, yes, we have structure that we follow when we're doing anything. For example, this is literally the framework that I was talking about earlier. This is the framework that we use. But the thing is, it's all super, super personalized and it's all super, super done for you, right? Which a lot of people are like, coach selling a special funnel. I'm an agency that does personalized stuff. That is what makes me unique. And for someone like a fitness coach, your little surprise could be basically just saying like, what if I told you that you don't have to cut out any foods in order to lose weight? Like for the most part, this is probably too basic. But, you get the point, right? It's some major belief shift that a prospect who comes into a world doesn't expect, and it surprises them. Number 4, right? Salient idea. Salient meaning that it's an idea that actually sticks out, okay? Because your product, your brand, your messaging can have many good ideas, right? But there must be one central idea that everything is based upon, okay? Because if every good idea gets the equal amount of attention, no one is going to remember any of these ideas because there's no single one that sticks out. And now in a lot of cases, your surprise can actually be your salient idea, right? So what examples did I have here? Oh yeah, for a fitness coach, this can be your salient idea, that you don't have to cut out any foods to lose weight, right? Again, pretty broad, right? But it's an example and you get the point, right? But in my case, what the salient idea is, an idea that sticks out, is market sophistication. I talk a lot about this, right? Other people may talk about it a little bit, but I talk about market sophistication a lot, right? Because I truly believe that it is the mechanism that is literally driving the space as we know it, right? A lot of new agency owners coming in, a lot of new coaches coming in, a lot of coaches in the space. Everybody sounds the exact same. You have to drop your prices. Nobody is listening to you. You can't sell anything. And you basically need to find different strategies to actually make people listen to you again. And that is also what I help my clients do. And it's also the reason why I don't sell a very special funnel, because selling a special funnel is leading to people being commoditized, right? And now we're getting into different mechanisms, but basically you have a coach, the coach sells the mechanism, usually a follower funnel, then all other coaches buy from him, they start selling the follower funnel, and now they are getting commoditized, right? And now pillar 2 of what I do is, a way for me to differentiate myself from that, pyramid scheme, really. I should probably make a separate video on that, because it's a really interesting concept. But basically, that is what I do, okay? And that is something that is pretty dang important if you actually want to stand out, okay? And then part 5 or pillar 5 is your story, right? So how did you come up with your mechanism? How did you come to the conclusion that market sophistication is so dang important? Why is it important? And then how it actually works, right? People are always going to learn best through storytelling, okay? But this is also about having your own backstory weaved into your content, right? I'm not great at this. I'm trying to get better. I should do this way more, because I do have a backstory of how I came. Like, everybody has a backstory of how they came to the conclusion that they came from, right? Like, if you're a fitness coach, right? Let's say, I don't know, I struggled to lose weight for years. I was always told I had to cut out foods. I lacked balance, which I knew I needed. I went on a journey. I came back successful. Turns out you don't actually have to cut out everything, okay? That is a backstory, right? And literally everybody who've ever figured something out and who has something valuable to share has that backstory. So I definitely need to talk about that more. And if you're not talking about it a lot already, you also should probably talk about it more, right? As backed up by Professor Patrick Winston. What I've noticed is that my clients who really have zeroed in on the backstory, who really go personal in the content, who talk about them a lot, that is when their content really starts hitting. Okay, it's like the more specifically you can describe your prospect, and the more specifically you can describe you, the more your content starts hitting. Okay, so that's very important, especially in something like a B2C niche, but typically, in both a B2B and a B2C niche, this is very important, but especially in a B2C niche, like a fitness coach, like a life coach, like a biz op coach as well, very important. The more you can zero in on your backstory, the more important that is going to be. And by doing this, you literally immediately establish authority, expertise, human connection, and by just telling your prospect this little story, this little formula, you have dug into both pain, I had to cut out foods, I lacked balance, right, and desire. Now I'm in the best shape of my life, I'm not restricting myself food-wise at all. And these are basically the 5 steps. Some conclusions that I just thought I'd write down because they stuck out to me is that this is all about brand clarity. If you talk about too much stuff, you will have no clarity. You need to have like centralized thoughts and ideas that you repeat over and over again, like market sophistication, like acquisition.com making real business education available to everyone, like Mercedes with their engineering, like Domino with their home delivery. And with the law of focus, owning one specific word in the prospect's mind. Don't try to own every word, because then you don't own any word. You got to zero in on one word or one phrase. I'm trying to own market sophistication and protocol. Second conclusion, you cannot be everything to anyone in a market like this because of market sophistication, right? As you can see, this concept is omnipresent. And then 3 is you are the biggest asset you can have, so use it. Your backstory, you as the backbone of your brand, and you as the symbol of your brand, also very important in the market that we are in right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's where I'm going to leave it. If you want to learn more about what we actually do, I'm going to bloop up a video going over how we actually help our clients add 20, 30, 50K in monthly recurring revenue through what we do, building out marketing systems and backend systems. If you already know what that's about, or you just want to see if we can build everything out for you pretty much that you could need to scale, then you can book a call in the description of this video, and we can see if this would be a good fit. Apart from that, I appreciate you watching. I hope that this helped you out in some way, shape or form, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.